Hey everybody, welcome to RHOC Recap number 7.
Wow.
I'm Rick Kelly. Thanks so much to all of you for watching our YouTube recaps. We're getting a lot of great feedback.
Yes, people are loving it, and thank you so much. But, you know, I always get those small little haters that are thinking that I'm thirsty, and we'll get to that in a minute.
We have tens of thousands of views every week, and our subscribers are going through the roof. We're about to recap the show, and first and foremost, Kelly, just in a nutshell, what did you think of this last night's episode?
What did I think of this?
Yeah. It's funny because, you know, we have a watch party right here in this room each week, and some of your girlfriends came over, and they had a similar reaction. Let's check that out.
This is where we watch Housewives every Wednesday before we review the show, and we'd like to have a studio audience with us. Tonight joining us, Elaine, Rebecca, and Sandra. What did you ladies think of tonight's show? You thought it was boring?
Beyond.
Unbelievably.
Oh, now we're getting actual responses.
I'd rather stick a needle in my eye.
Ooh. Right. We're sorry we forced you to sit through that. Huh?
I'm going to go back to drinking.
I'm going to go to an AA meeting.
Oh, goodness gracious. Elaine, did you enjoy the program?
Not at all.
No?
Excruciating. Boring.
Oh, we got a thumbs down from 1, 2, 3 witnesses. Kelly? You could break the non-tie.
Well, you know, I thought it was the cricket sound again, but I don't know. It's forced. It's not, there's no, what did you say?
There's no flow to it. It's
Yeah.
very unnatural.
Inauthentic?
Unauthentic.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Agree.
it's
It's
like
wordsmith here.
scripted, but nobody learned their lines.
Yeah. So what do you think?
You're not invested in the characters?
No, what characters?
It's great to have your friends to chime in on stuff. But as you mentioned, there's a small group of critics. There's a small group of critics who keep calling you out, saying you're thirsty.
Yeah, well, last night on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen said, who's more thirsty, Kelly or Tamra? And of course Shannon said Tamra, but I'm like, I'm thirsty. You guys featured me on your show again.
Here's that clip.
There's a shark! Oh my god, what's that? What kind of shark is that?
It's a hammerhead. Nobody's ever died to a hammerhead.
I'm never even gonna go to the bathtub again.
So you've been on at least twice this season, maybe
Right.
3 times?
Yeah.
And you're on Watch What Happens Live all the time. You were on twice last night.
I was on twice last night, and I'm thirsty. Listen, this isn't a one-way street here. This is a two-way street. If you guys want to put me on your show and talk about me on Watch What Happens Live, I can do the same, right? I mean, I'm just, you guys have Amy Phillips on Sirius XM doing Reality Check. I've been on this show for 5 years. I know everybody personally. Why can't I have my perspective?
Well, you
on
can.
things?
You're obviously still relevant if they keep showing you on the show and on the after show.
Because the people that they already have on the show already aren't relevant. They can't even put on Watch What Happens Live. They can't even put the people that are on the show right then and there. They have to revert back to old seasons.
Well, you know why? Because you were the most entertaining person on there. That's why. And a lot of our viewers feel that way. We're going to get to some quick email feedback, and then we'll get to the highlights from the show last night. Adrian Bernardo said, I love seeing how Rick really loves and supports Kelly. You can really see how he adores her the way he looks at her.
Yeah,
You're right about that. Heidi loves Kelly. Amy says there's a genuine loving chemistry. Oh, here's a theme here, the chemistry between us. That's what makes this work so well.
Well, that's what it does for the show. That's the problem. There is no chemistry on the show with these ladies. It's all fake, and I think that is the problem here.
Forced?
It's forced, and they're trying to. Last night, for example, my girlfriends were like, I miss like having the fun of like really having good friendships and the chemistry. She's like, even the Tres Amigas was more fun to watch than these people that are forced to be friends with each other.
TH says, I love you two together. Rick's journalism and Kelly's Spitfire personality work well together.
Aww.
And Lori said, can you do your own reality show, you two? You would be first in the ratings every week.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well,
I mean,
that
we
could
just
happen.
we get so many positive things. Yeah, that could happen.
Janie said, you guys are so funny together. Wait, hold on. Cameron said, I have stopped watching just to help prove Kelly right about the ratings. Keep being political. More people need to speak out. MB said, I love your recap from Maria. Kelly, I love you and miss you on the show from Michelle Berman. Oh, this one I like. Kentucky Girl, because I was born in Kentucky. I just found your YouTube channel. I was so excited. I've always been a fan of Rick on Fox News and Kelly since day one on RHOC. You two are the cutest couple. All right, let's get to the show.
Wait, I'm channeling.
Heather?
No, what's her face wore this last night? Shannon.
Oh, Shannon wore that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, I try to channel or wear something that they have.
Yes, and you look lovely in it.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Can we just remind people to please go over to patreon.com if you like our content here. Check out our podcast on Patreon, Rick and Kelly Unmasked. Great content there. We can get a little more risque because it's a subscription-based service, no commercials, and we can say whatever we want.
Right. I listen to these podcasts, like with this David Yontif, and I can't listen to it because of the commercials.
There's
Like,
so many of them.
I can't.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you guys, all of you. I mean, we've been getting overwhelming response on our Patreon. It's so nice. So thank you.
Yeah, crazy subscribers signing up every day and every week. More and more people are checking it out and they love it, and that's awesome.
Somebody wrote, real quick, they don't even have guests on. That's like, we do sometimes. We don't need guests every single week. We have so much to talk about, but we do like having guests. We're going to go see my doctor. We're going to go interview him this weekend. An ear doctor, because Rick's ears are shot.
I can't hear very well.
No.
Real quick, Housewives Headlines. This is a thing we do on our Patreon podcast, and I have some couple of breaking news stories here. One is that RHOC star Jen Armstrong, Dr. Jen, has been ordered to answer questions under oath in a court battle over unpaid bills. Forever Ageless is suing her, saying she refused to pay up to $103,000. She denies it.
I know Forever Ageless. I used to go to Dr. Joe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Apparently she refused to show up for a deposition. They accused her of gamesmanship and stonewalling tactics, and she failed to appear for another deposition even though it was on video during the pandemic. So that's what they say.
Well, she allegedly owes money all over town. I mean, I went to her for Botox when the pandemic, when everything was shut down, and one of my girlfriends was like, she owes my husband $60,000. Like, she got mad at me, didn't talk to me because I went to her. You know, I'm like, I don't know. I was just trying to get some Botox so I didn't look like a Shar-Pei.
I love this story. We stopped at In-N-Out Burger on our way out of the desert last weekend. On a Sunday, we got some lunch at In-N-Out. I dropped Kelly off and I went to fill the tank and I came back to pick you up. And apparently Khloe Kardashian was in there at the same time. But you didn't see her, right?
No.
So Radar runs a story that Khloe ran into an insanely loud Kelly Dodd at a Palm Springs In-N-Out. The article says that that you were both in La Quinta, that you were inside. I'm sorry, I have an allergy. That you were inside the
I did go in In-N-Out Burger. I did.
And it says you interacted with Khloe Kardashian. The source says everyone's freaking outside, that you were there with her, and that you were insanely loud, and that which you do talk loud sometimes.
Yeah, because you can't hear.
But what about, I wasn't in the In-N-Out.
No, you were waiting for me at the In-N-Out. You went to go get gas, so I went inside the In-N-Out because I can't wait in those lines. And I love my double with animal style, protein style.
So Radar reported that Khloe said to Kelly, my sister would have loved to see you. Did that happen?
Well, no, but however, all my friends are friends with Courtney. They all went to U of A. So we have really good friends in common. So if I saw Courtney, we would talk about Samantha and Benji, because my good friends are good friends with her too.
Okay, but you didn't actually interact with her.
No.
And Radar reported that you did.
Yes.
And for future reference, Radar, if you want a quote from us, just our email address is on our Instagram. You can reach out, and I will.
I don't know how people just make things up like that.
They do. I think they didn't want to know the truth because then that would kill their article.
Yeah. Well, what about like the racist thing? Like, oh, you're racist. Like, I mean, it's the most unbelievable thing. Like,
They keep going there because they have nothing else to say, or it's an easy accusation to make. You can say it about anyone, and then they're on the defensive. It's
they're comparing me to that Jenny girl. Okay,
from
Salt Lake. They're comparing me, and I get I'm reading these comments, and they're like, she doesn't date, but. When I got interviewed with at TMZ, I was talking to a black guy. I was married at the time. I didn't want to look like I was hitting on somebody. And so when they said,
interested in someone else,
I'm still married.
It wasn't a fair question.
It wasn't a fair question. It doesn't mean I have dated black guys. So when somebody goes, oh, they don't date, I have dated black guys.
Yeah.
I have.
But not anymore, okay? Because she's
because I'm married now. But people don't know me. It's it's ridiculous.
Kyle Richards said goodbye to her $6.1 million. She sold her house for $6.1 million. Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills with her husband.
I didn't know you could buy a house for I sold my house for $5 million. It's worth like 10 now.
It's a beautiful home.
Yeah, but I sold it in the wrong time.
Okay. Let's get to the highlights, shall we? This is our first clip is Emily shopping, and she has a 2-liter bottle of ginger ale that she's carrying with her.
Ginger ale has been riding in the passenger.
Last week she had a sandwich in her purse. And
do you realize how much sugar is in ginger ale? I don't know if she had a diet ginger ale, but ginger ale is probably colas, Cokes, are the worst thing that you could put in your body. Just an FYI.
What would you recommend as a hangover beverage besides a Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary, a mimosa. I mean, if you're gonna have
non-alcoholic,
if you're gonna have something, get a sparkling water.
Yeah, okay.
Put what lemon in it?
Without the sugar.
Without the sugar.
Because the sugar is going to give you a headache, right?
The sugar is going to give you fat.
Yeah. Okay. It was just kind of. I don't know. I've never seen anyone walk around with a 2-liter bottle. I think she's trying to be funny.
I mean, I'd go get a big gulp before carrying around a 2-liter. And you know what?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have ginger ale. I would have a Fresca. Fresca has
I love Fresca.
Oh, who doesn't? 0 calories, 0 sugar.
You can't find it. I haven't seen Fresca in the grocery store in 5 months.
Yeah.
It's never on the shelf. There's all the other sodas, but no Fresca.
Nope.
Apparently there's a Fresca shortage.
Everything else.
The next clip is my favorite. It's Emily and Dr. Jen trying on bathing suits.
You look like my child. Like I gave birth to you. You're like the size of Annabelle. This is not.
I love the line when she looked at her and said, "You could be my daughter." I just thought that was funny.
You did.
She's so little compared to Emily. She towered over her.
Well, I just talked to Tamara this morning because, we go over our little recaps. And Tamara goes, when Emily's the most interesting person on the show right now, we've got problems. And I started laughing because, typically, she's. I mean, I love Emily. I have nothing bad to say about her.
Yeah.
But she's just so easygoing, and but she is very, very funny.
She is.
Yeah.
And she was last night. There was a quick shot of a clothes tag in Heather's closet last night, and it said Heather's Closet on it. What is that? Why does she have a tag that says Heather's Closet on it?
You don't know it's your own closet? Do you have to be reminded that it's your closet? It's your what even a tag? I mean, are you in TSA? Oh, Heather's Closet. You don't know it's Heather's Closet.
That's
how full of herself that she has to have name tags that say Heather's Closet.
And a sign in her office that says MILF on it?
Yeah, no one wants to F that, okay? I can assure you, right?
Yeah, I would second that.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
So the next clip is Gina and Heather discussing Noella's gift, which I guess she gave her at the book party for her daughter who was celebrating this book about discovering her sexuality.
Well, first of all, if you watched last week, Heather said that she didn't read her daughter's book until it was already published, hardback.
Yeah.
Already. You're a liar, okay? you're just now picking up this book that you got, but you wouldn't read your own daughter's book. You didn't
Like when she
proofread
was
the book.
in the middle of writing it during the pandemic when everyone's locked down at home and your daughter's working away on this book that no one's going to read and you're not reading it. Sorry. Let's watch the clip and then I'm going to ask you a question.
A pride-themed card game, which is very nice. You know, they're both bisexual and that's great. But so Max is 17 and I'm just going to read you some of the cards, okay? Licking that right, getting your having your it's so.
Is it wrong for Noella to give Heather's daughter a gift that's sexual in nature, considering she's 17, but also considering that she just wrote a book about her sex, about her sexual preferences?
Okay, that is like such a hypocritical thing. You are on a TV show. She's 17 years old. She's a minor. You're pimping her out. Okay, you are. You're pimping out your daughter.
And announcing to the world
her sexual preference.
That she's bisexual. And she wrote a book about it. You're celebrating the book.
But all of a sudden now you can't get a gift that has these little innuendos. All of a sudden you're not allowed? Like, what? What an idiot. Okay? Like, what an idiot.
Well, she's looking, I think, she's looking for reasons to hate Noella. To come after Noella.
Well, I mean, all of a sudden now you're uppity and oh you can't say this and this book is like disgusting and this book is. You just said Catholics are conservative. Which one is it? Are you conservative or are you not conservative? Like you're just. You know, I'm Catholic. My daughter's been going to Catholic school since kindergarten, and here she is taking a subset of. Oh, you can't talk about. She got mad at me because I said Jews are supposed to be funny, and that now I'm racist. Well, what? That's a religion. Why are you talking about Catholics and saying they're conservative? J. Sarah, where their kids go to, is not conservative.
She said She said something about it being a very conservative Catholic school, and she couldn't believe that
it's
her
not
daughter
conservative.
was so
J. Sarah is not conservative at all.
All right.
Modern days, way more where my daughter goes.
We got a couple more clips we got to get to.
Okay.
This was something that I caught that bothered me. Okay, so I know that the Cabo trip was Heather's trip, but I noticed that she was had to be first. She was the first off the plane, the first out of the terminal, the first on the bus, the first off the bus, the first to greet the staff, and the first to make a toast. And here it is.
Here we go, rock and roll. Hola, hola, mucho gusto. So you guys, to a really successful, fabulous trip.
Cheers. So it was so much fun.
If there was ever a graphic representation of her ego, that was it.
Let's just go and talk about that little purse. Somebody just gave this to me, shipped it to me. I don't know what's in it. What was that thing on her?
Oh, she had a little thing on her arm.
What was that? What can you put in that?
What could you put in there? That's a good question. What are you carrying?
What are you carrying in there? I mean, like.
Oh, I have another question.
What is that? What was that little Louis Vuitton purse? What is that? I'm sorry. That is fugly. All right.
What about?
I'd rather have had this on there. At least I could put some lipstick and
you could
maybe
put your phone in there.
Bottle of champagne. I don't know.
What about her tying her shirt? Do you ever do that? Where she tied her?
I do that when I'm working at the gym if it's too long. Yeah. But you're too old.
Then there was the scene where Heather showed off her architectural plans, and then she said that she wanted to buy a lot. Watch the scene and then we'll talk about it.
The house that I designed, this is legit. Oh, so that's the front of the house. Terry and I have been talking about vacation homes for the last 2 years, and what I picture is
So she said she was going to look at a piece of land, and then she was going to, but meanwhile she's looking at plans for a house.
Yeah, she says it's Heather's architect.
Right.
Okay. Now,
so she showed plans. We have plans.
She shows plans. We have plans. We have plans too.
We got plans for a house.
We have plans.
Oh, it's a beautiful.
And we
home.
paid $60,000 for.
Yeah, we paid tens of thousands of dollars for these plans. Did we buy it? Did we build a house?
No.
We didn't build a house.
We didn't build.
We got plans, but we didn't build a house.
We didn't build a house. We actually sold a lot.
We did sell the
So
lot.
we had to go to
made
Plan B.
plans, but we didn't buy or we didn't build the house. So she's got plans.
She's got plans. But how? How do you have to have a lot in order to have plans. This is how fake. She rehearsed this. It's Heather's architect. Let me tell you how it works. You gotta have a piece of land and then they build around.
You want to design your home to fit the property.
Right. You have to have elevations. You have to have all those things in order. She didn't have any, and then she's like, I want to have a house turnkey, like already built. Like, which one is it? Are you building your house? Do you have a lot in mind? These were fake. Those plans were already spec plans.
Yeah, spec plans. The guy was showing her some spec plans. She's like, oh yeah, this is going to be my house. But maybe it's not going to be my house. I'm going to go look at other houses.
See, that's how fake she is. Phony, baloney. Doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. It's embarrassing. Okay?
Okay, the next clip, Gina tells Shannon.
I want to talk about, did you talk about the tequila too? The tequila,
oh yeah, that's coming up.
Okay.
Gina tells Shannon that she asked Heather for a personal favor to get Noella invited on the Cabo trip. Watch.
Heather. The reason that Noella is even on the trip is because I went to Heather's house and literally asked her for a favor, a personal favor, to invite Noella.
So apparently Gina has some sway with Heather.
Oh.
Convinced her to bring Noella along.
Well, because Gina is such close friends with Noella. She's hated Noella from day one. That was the producer saying, we got to figure out a way to have her on. Like, there's no chemistry there. Gina can't stand Noella. There was no business. There was no, that's the problem with this show. This is the problem. There's nobody's friends with each other. No one is.
Yeah, it's contrived. It's obvious.
So we can get her on there? That's so fake.
So, and this, again, I think this week was pretty lame. The big buildup was to this dinner in Cabo, and Noella apparently is hated by everyone. But she was acting spoiled at the table. I think that's what you were going to talk about, was the tequila. But, all right, so let's watch this clip.
Thanks for joining us. It tastes so different without ice in it. Can I do a bigger glass with some ice? I'll just take like this kind of cup, just dump this out, and just add some ice. Perfect. Here, Noella, cheers. Welcome. Oh yay, to warm tequila. So yeah. Perfect timing. Thank you. That'd be great. Thank you. This was like a girl who's on my favorites list. You didn't even eat any of your dinner. Okay, get stop food shaming me, okay? You know what? I got a pile of anxiety and a of a life right now. It looks amazing. You know what? I'm gonna eat the freaking potatoes. Everyone want to watch me? Okay, wait. Like the potatoes. No, wait. If I can get it in my mouth, if I can get it in my mouth.
Okay, if you're not gonna eat, just like be like low key about it.
I don't matter. I'm gonna go with you.
I'm just trying to manage the dynamic right now, and it's becoming unmanageable.
Wait, so are you telling me that because I didn't eat the octopus that I've offended our host? I don't need anyone to tell me how to behave. Clearly, Gina and Emily have drunk the Kool-Aid. Heather's Kool-Aid. You should look into her eyes. She's offended by everything that I say. So don't fight that battle. These are not the girls that I just hung out with in Orange County. There's something going on. I don't care. Is that okay that I don't care whether Heather Dubrow cares whether I finish my meal or not? Is that okay? Am I safe to say that?
I thought it was ridiculous that they were giving her a hard time about not eating her dinner and that Heather was upset about. Nobody's paying that bill for dinner, by the way. I don't care if Heather claims she's hosting it. The Bravo's paying for their food.
Right.
So who cares if she eats or not? I don't know why they're giving her a hard time about that. I understand they're like being annoyed by her when she's complaining her drink's not cold enough and she wants her shot chilled.
By the way, this is tequila. This is aged. It's barreled, and you don't want to water this down. Mm-hmm. You want to drink it neat because you want to taste the flavors.
So you actually agree with Heather on that. You don't think you should chill your tequila shot?
You can. It's a preference. You can chill it, and then you have. But for me, there's no wrong or right way. It's like wine, and it's subjective. however you want, but don't act like a spoil. I mean, to me, I like it neat. I think that you want to taste the flavors of the tequila.
But you know what
that's my preference.
I would put that in the bottle in the freezer.
Yeah, make
or
it
in the
cold.
refrigerator.
Yeah,
I like it. I do like it cold. But
I'm gonna have some right now.
I thought there.
Should I do like a what's her face?
Oh my! Look at that. You are an animal.
Woo!
You're an animal.
Top of
and
the
I
morning.
love you. I love you for that. That's beautiful.
Well, it's either that or a 2-liter ginger ale.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that the ladies are too harsh on Noella?
Okay, so I talk to Noella all the time. She calls me. She's very nice to me. I feel that she is a bit annoying. And I think you feel the same way.
Yes.
And do I like looking at her? I do. I think she's pretty. I like her so much. But my girlfriend Sandra Cook was over here last night, and she's has done every plastic surgery thing. And when you are on these shows, you critique every little thing. Like for me, people are like, oh, she's got a big forehead and blah 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 blah. Like, you know, they nitpick at the silliest things. And so I don't like to fat shame because I can get fat. And, you know, I mean, I'm not the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world, but you start to look at some. So she's like, that Noella, because she's from Monroe, Louisiana. Yeah. She goes, that Noella, she's got like an overbite. You know what she needs? She needs a chin implant. She would look so pretty if she had a chin implant. And so I'm like looking at her, I'm like, well, maybe she does need a chin implant.
You know what?
But she's already beautiful. Like, I think she's already gorgeous, Noella.
She's beautiful, but my thing is, it's about the inside. It's about the kind of person she is. And I don't like people being phony or fake for TV. I don't like people putting on airs. I don't like people who.
That's her and Gina, not Gina. Heather, that they're putting on airs.
They're acting.
They're phony. They're acting.
Just be you.
Yeah.
Just be real.
But this isn't reality. This is why it doesn't work when it's not authentic and it's not real. This is the issue here.
And you were the realest housewife.
And well, you can't be that real, right? You gotta be fake a little bit.
Yeah, you got punished for being real, but people appreciate how honest and.
Well, at least I left with dignity, right? I left with dignity.
Yes, you did. We're gonna wrap it up.
But no, real quick. And then so anyway, my girlfriend, the one that nitpicks at everything.
Yeah.
She was like, you see these T-bands? Look at Heather Dubrow's neck. All she has to do is cut those T-bands and it will be smooth.
Oh.
Why doesn't her botched husband, Gomer Pyle, tell her that?
Gomer Pyle should tell Eddie Munster to fix her neck.
And then she goes, I don't like that widow's peak either. I would get that lasered off, that widow's peak.
Well, she's got a lot of helpful hints for those ladies. Hopefully they're listening. Do you think they're watching our recap?
I don't know. I doubt it.
They might be.
They get a little mad.
Well, we appreciate you watching, and please check out our podcast on patreon.com. Again, if you like us here, you're going to love that show. Don't forget rickkellyonmask.com. You can get your own mug or hat or t-shirt or sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Get all kinds of
water tastes better in this.
Oh, yeah. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great weekend. Bye. Mwah. Yeah.